Welcome. It's great to have you here today.
Thank you.
Yes. So, what's your story?
So, I was brought up on a small island called
Mm-hmm.
Malta,
Mm-hmm.
and I spent the majority of my early career working in my family business. So I spent like 8 to 10 years. I say 8 to 10 because they were those teenage years of working with the family business.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt for many years that that was my life path, right? It was a given, and it was definitely an amazing experience of growth and learning throughout those years. But something inside of me was saying, there's more to me, there's more to this, there's more to life, there's more that I can bring. Which was a huge question mark, because when you're in it, it's very hard to see what's out there for you, I think. And so one fine day I decided to go on a long holiday, took a mini sabbatical off work. Wanted, it was always my dream to travel. Started traveling in Asia, started from Nepal, where I'm currently living. Um, and that took me on a big exploration process of who I am and what I want to do. It wasn't soon after when I decided like to just pack my bags again, leave the job, leave Malta, and just go off with no plan. I went off with absolutely zero plan, a little bit in my savings, and that was my true exploration process. And since then, I lived for some time in a very rural area in Nepal. Um, to be quite frank and honest with you, maybe one of the most happiest times of my life,
Mm-hmm.
not having anything. But that was obviously not sustainable. So I needed, when I came back to Kathmandu, to the main city, and I ended up getting married here, so I stayed. I came back into the online space to explore where I can to explore the space where I can create an impact. So this took the form of doing some freelance social media management work with some ethical and environmentally friendly brands here in Nepal, and also I started blogging about sustainability and ethical living. And still there was that like thing inside of me going, no, there's more you can do, there's more impact you can create, right? So eventually I was putting all of my failures and turning them into lessons in the online space. I think I did the biggest mistake of not getting the support from the very beginning. And I was going round and round in circles. And even with a marketing and business degree, I think this is a trap, like not a trap. This is something that can happen to everyone and anyone, really, that without the proper guidance, without the proper vision and strategy, you can really just kind of get lost in what you're doing. And it wasn't until I had a call from a coach who really saw the skills and the strengths that I had, which I could not see. I was not owning up to that. And that's when I started my coaching career, putting my strengths and my skills and my experiences into things that I can teach others. And since then, it's been an amazing, how long? Like 16 months of growth and progress, and getting to work with so many amazing people who are so passionate about serving and empowering others through whether it's wellness or healing or spirituality. So that's a little bit of, in a nutshell, my story.
We were speaking earlier about how the revolution is in decentralization, and how when we look at companies like whether it's cryptocurrency, the cryptocurrency wave, or whether it is social media or coaching, is about decentralization. And now education is no longer within a system. Education is now owned by the people who have been through the experience, who have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to give that to you. And now there's more accountability to that, because now it's people are now standing behind their message, standing behind owning their story and standing behind their knowledge and the outcomes, as opposed to standing behind, hiding behind an institution.
Yep.
So everyone serves and delivers at a deeper level, and there are so many things that we did not realize we needed in our life, or we need in our business, but that are coming into light that we need to get trained for. We need someone's guidance and support for. So I love what you do, and I love what coaches are doing today. They are part of really changing the narrative of decentralization of education, and just human to human impact. So again, it's great to have you here again today.
Thank you.
So one of your messages is you say I dislease marketing and help you sell with soul. What is that? Like, what does that mean?
So a lot of the clients I work with are conscious, well-being, very heart-centered professionals, healers, and what they see online and what they see other people do, or there's this like perception of what marketing needs to look like or
Mm,
sound like,
mm,
is very putting off for them. They feel they talk about, I don't like marketing, I don't like sales. They say that stuff,
mm,
but in reality what they don't like is just something they've seen or something they've experienced.
mm,
Maybe a buying experience with someone who was very pushy or very salesy, and
mm,
they don't like that, right? So they
mm,
think that that's what they have to do, and so they stay away, and that's the problem. And that's, I think that's why I really started to focus on these kind of people, because
mm,
I want, part of my mission, because I have been on the receiving end of so many like alternative therapies, and um, I get so much value and benefit out of like energy work or
mm,
whatever, coaching, life coaching,
mm,
mindset. I want to see more people receive that, because
mm,
the more we have an empowered, conscious
mm,
nation, community, I believe that that brings a better world, a more sustainable way of moving forward in this world that we live in this
mm,
population, this humanity. So yeah, the message really is about embodying marketing as a practice,
mm,
where, and that really comes down to your understanding and your knowing of who you are and your purpose and your mission in this work, moving away from what you think marketing is, and really do it from a place of soul, really do it from the heart, because that is actually part of the mission and
mm,
part of the service. And this is
mm,
why a lot of my clients come into the online space,
mm,
because they want to serve others, they want to empower others, they want to create that impact, right? So it's really coming from that place, and kind of demystifying, de-sleazing all of the stuff, and really showing your true authentic self. And there's no
mm,
other kind of marketing persona that you need to be like, what this
mm,
marketing thing that people think it should be or look like,
mm,
and helping them find their own way, helping them find a strategy that suits them, helping them find their own voice.
mm, mm. Wow. So let me see if I'm getting this right. Right. Um, each person that comes to you, everyone has their own soul, right? And where and the depth of that and where that is coming from. So when you say market or sell with soul, you let me see if I'm getting it right. Like you're saying, um, sell what in a way that is unique to you, come from your own uniqueness and truth. Like, here's what it is what it is. Am I getting it right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
completely. I mean, let's take a classic example, which is very easy to look at. Let's say like a yoga teacher, for example, right?
Mm,
And you see like on Instagram all of these tall, blonde, skinny, acrobatic yoga teachers, right?
mm,
And then it kind of, it puts other yoga teachers at a little bit of a kind of, I don't want to be doing that. I disassociate myself to that kind of marketing, right?
Mm,
So what happens is that they end up not taking any action because they
mm,
think that's what people want. They think that's what it takes to earn money online. That's what it takes to get clients online, and that's utter rubbish. The most authentic, the most powerful way of doing it is really being your true self, and that's when you can attract the right clients into your space.
mm.
If that makes
That makes sense. Yes,
sense.
yes. So getting into your true authentic self,
Yeah.
and if they want to learn how to really, do that and get out of all of that, that's when they come to you, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you mentioned before about like education and schooling and how we're decentralizing and all of that, right?
Mm,
So like I am really I'm really an anti-school person. I hated
mm,
going to school. I never
mm,
wanted to complete my studies. I was so like, I just want to get on the working train. I just want to have my own independence. I want to have my own freedom. Screw school, screw that. And I was very I was very focused on starting my life and building my career. Um, and now I've totally lost my train of thought on where I was going with that. There was a really good link.
yes. Yeah. We're talking about school earlier, schools and how part of what the coaching industry is doing is decentralizing education as we know it. And you are like you are anti-school, you want your own freedom, and all of that.
Yeah, and you spoke about having this accountability and putting
You
your
putting your
face
face,
to the
put your face, putting your name behind the product, behind the brand, behind your message, behind your story, and behind your solution.
exactly. And this is what it's all about, right?
Mm,
And what I find is like, why are you trying? So so for me, when I was is all of these societal expectations, right? You go to school, you go to college, you go to university, you get the job, blah blah blah
mm,
blah blah. And me working in my family business, it was like a given that I would continue in my mother's footsteps, right? I would
mm,
continue growing and building up that business. But what I really felt was like I was fighting against my own original blueprint,
mm,
my own desires, my true, like where I really want to be,
mm,
this yearning, um this fire I had inside to be more than what society or what I had set up for me. And this is in the same way in the marketing. Why are you going to try and fight? Why are you trying to be part of that system that you don't like? It's obviously going to feel wrong for you, rather than really like listening to your true purpose, really
mm,
following that your original blueprint. Don't
mm,
fight against it. It's going to feel icky and sleazy if you try,
mm,
right?
mm,
If you try to do what everyone else is doing, or what you don't like to
mm,
see out there.
mm.
That's the
So,
link I wanted
so
to.
what are some examples of authentic ways that you can say and say this is selling from or marketing from the soul?
I think that's a really hard question to answer
Yes.
because it's so individual. It's so
Mm,
individual, especially if you're talking about coaches and
mm,
consultants who are really marketing themselves. They're true. When you're marketing themselves, you're creating your own brand.
mm,
You're not creating this what we typically known in the past, like your company brand and the company's mission that nobody ever reads or cares about or forgets that
mm,
it's even there somewhere
mm,
written on the on
mm,
the website. It's really who you are, your true values, and that comes out when you are aligned to your message, and when you're really aligned with your mission. That is your brand, your values. It comes out through your message. And I don't think I can't give you like a right and wrong way of that, because each
mm,
one of us is unique in
mm,
our own right.
mm. So so what is the hardest part when it comes to selling from or marketing from the soul?
I think we get stuck in all of the things we're told to do, or all of the things that we think we need to be doing for online
Mm,
marketing to market our business, to market
mm,
our services.
mm,
I think that's where the disalignment comes in, and I think I was in that space for a very long time, especially
mm,
when it came to like blogging. I was in the blogging space. I was moving into like influencer marketing, which got me doing things to like build my Instagram audience,
mm,
increase my following. And like I was getting a bit obsessed on the numbers, and then entering like all of these like crazy giveaways and putting so
mm,
much energy, and like
mm,
nothing was really happening at the end of the day, right?
mm,
So trying to do all of the things because you think you need a huge audience to make money online. You
mm,
don't. There are different strategies. If you have a big audience who is an active following, there are ways, obviously, you make money. You can make money online from a small audience who is actively engaged.
mm,
So it's no longer about the numbers, right? um, so yeah, I think just where you're putting your focus
mm,
and how you're showing up for it.
mm, mm. Wow. So what would be the best advice to anyone who's, whether they're coaches, experts, or entrepreneurs, leaders in their business who are connecting to what you're saying, and they're saying, okay, what's the best, what do I do next now?
Hire a coach.
Hire a coach.
But no, in all honesty, for me, the moment I started working with a coach, I mean, I don't work with the same person anymore,
Mm,
but that really gave me the kick up the butt,
mm,
the direction, and it's kicked off that journey to
mm,
really understanding who am I, what am I bringing into this space,
mm,
really helping me to come out with a stronger, have I nailed it? Maybe not yet.
mm,
It's a ever growing, it's a consistent refinement. The more we grow, the more we refine, and I
mm,
think it's never really stuck in any way. It's always about growth and refinement. Um, but yeah, it's really about, for me, getting clear on who you are in the online space, so your positioning and your purpose, why you're doing what you're doing. Because once you
mm,
have that, there's more focus.
mm,
There's more focus, and you avoid doing all the things
mm,
that can really spread out your
mm,
your energy. You can get
mhm,
depleted very fast.
mm,
Man, I've been in burnout a million and one times. I'm
mm,
a workaholic by nature.
mm,
So that it's really changed my way of working as well.
mm. All right. So thank you very much for coming today. So for those who want to work with you and connect with you, what's the best way to connect with you?
Definitely, you can find me on Facebook,
Mm,
under my full name, Hannah Cremona. I also have a free private Facebook group called
mm,
Align Digital Marketing,
mm,
where you can come and interact and be part of a like-minded community. There usually on Thursdays. It's usually around lunchtime or early afternoon Central European time,
mm,
where I do like mini trainings, or whether it's marketing specific or whether it's mindset. We have Q&As, and just a really supportive community that are on
mm,
the same mission of empowering others and finding their voice.
mm. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for coming today. It was great to have you.
Thank you so much for having me, Fortune. Thank you.
Mm.